Yeah!
Woo-hoo! Yeah!
We got fights. UFC Vegas 108 was a card on paper. Let's be honest. It delivered, over-exceeded expectations in a big way. And now we get another card on paper. UFC Vegas 109. But the good news is, when this is wrapped and packed, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be officially on the road to UFC 319. We'll be on our way to the Windy City. And we set it up beautifully. Middleweight main event, heading into another middleweight main event. Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Headlines at the world's most famous Apex. And we're here to talk about that and whatever else you want to talk about, because I have a feeling you probably might want to talk about other stuff besides this card. And we're here for that. So welcome to the People's Pre-Fight Show. I am Mike Heck, and joining me, the chair spinning fool himself, the baddest producer in all the game, the baddest stash in all of MMA, the one and only Casey Leydon.
1, 2.
A two-spitter.
2 spins. 2 spins. 2 good fights. Two meaningful fights on this card, and you know, and other people will be punching each other for money. So yeah, I like it. We're here. It's a card on paper.
Yes. What's the second meaningful fight? The women's fight?
Yeah. Basically the two ranked fights.
Yeah.
Or the
what about Vinny Stiggs? That's a meaningful fight. He kind of needs this one, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's Vinny Stiggs.
Ranking.
Yeah.
Ranking.
Yeah. Ranking way. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, every fight is meaningful. Like these are people. These are trained athletes. You know, getting into a cage, punching each other and kicking each other and trying to murder each other for a bag of money. So it's very meaningful for everyone involved. But you know, we're here.
So Casey and I were talking about this before we went live here. 8 of the 12 fights feature a favorite of -300 or better. 11 of the 12 fights feature a favorite of -210 or better. And then there's one fight that is somewhat close to a pick'em. It's the Angela Hill-Yasmin Lucinda fight. Everything else, I mean, Cody Brundage, Eric McConaughey is the second closest line fight on the card. Brundage is a -210 favorite. That is the second smallest favorite on this entire card. We got -450s, -770s. We got a -700, -500, -590 in the co-main event. Fluffy's a -335 favorite in the main event. I mean, if this goes according to the betting odds, this is like an episode of WWF Superstars here, Casey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in a sense, I mean, we kind of say this, actually. This is kind of the cards that we say that the UFC should be booking. Like, these are, I mean, they may not have much stakes in it, but these are the fights that build up highlight reels for promotions. So while this card may not be important, this card is definitely important for the UFC in terms of building these fighters up till, you know, those eventual, you know, pay-per-view main slots and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't think it's the same type of card, but like last week I kind of said, this is one of those cards that in the moment on paper is cool, but maybe looking back on it in 4 or 5 years, we're like, whoa, that was a loaded Apex card. I don't know if we're going to say the same for this one, but mismatches often make entertaining fights.
Yes, appears to be quite a few squash matches on this card, and that's not a bad thing when it comes to the UFC Apex. So, all right, let's see what you guys got. Fire in the questions. We can talk UFC Vegas 109. We would completely understand if there's other topics you would like to discuss. Would totally get it.
All right, let's got some super chats first from our wonderful friend Slito.
Thoughts on Francis blowing off PFL Africa after what all they did for him? I never want to agree with Dana, but maybe he truly is tough to work with. Yeah, so I'm going to pull up this exact quote because I did read this earlier this morning.
Yeah, catch me up on this. I'm not sure what we're talking about here.
Okay, so PFL Africa 2 is going on right now. And it is It's kind of a heater. There's just like violence everywhere at PFL Africa too. If you just follow Kaposa, there are just so many nasty knockouts. But Dapper Don did an interview with ESPN, and where is that quote? Okay. Don Davis is asked about why Francis Ngannou wasn't at PFL Africa 1. And this is what he said. Quote, "You have to ask Francis why he was not present. I'm not going to hide it. I expected him, I guess, to be there." Quote continues, "This is part of his vision so that all those fighters out there don't have to leave the continent like he did. We worked for 2 years. I'm direct and say what I think. I'm disappointed." So he's not mad at Francis. He's just disappointed, Casey. And I think that might actually be worse than Don being mad at him. So, Francis, to be fair, Francis has had a lot of shit going on over the last year and change. Family life, personal life, box. There's just a lot happening. And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, real quick. Francis is from Cameroon, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how big Africa is. Africa is freaking gigantic. They're fighting in South Africa. So basically they're fighting over 2,500 miles away from where Francis is. Yeah, it is Africa, but Francis is North African. So I don't know. It's not in Cameroon. So I don't know. We're only hearing one side of the story. Like we said, we don't report fights unless, we get multiple sources and stuff. So what? Don Davis says something. I don't know. I don't know why Don Davis put this out there. What's as a promoter? Yeah, but why throw your biggest star under the bus? I guess maybe.
He probably could have just gone with, yeah, he wasn't scheduled to come to this one. You'll see him at future PFL Africa events.
Yeah. What was the first one? Was the first one in South Africa too?
Yeah, that was the big one. That was the Dakota Ditcheva one.
Okay, that was South Africa. Okay.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. I am going to the PFL card on Friday, so perhaps I will get the chance to speak with Mr. Davis, and we'll see what he has to say about it. Because I might ask him the exact same question. Why would you just throw Francis under the bus like that? But maybe in a more respectful manner. But we'll see.
And why, why not Northern Africa? Why in particular South Africa? I'm just I'm kind of speaking from a place of ignorance. I don't know I don't know very much about Africa, to speak any sort of confidence about it in terms of the culture and just the size and logistics of it. So I'm not sure, to be honest. So
what's available, what isn't, and again, South Africa, just Africa in general. And South Africa, with Dricus du Plessis as champion, is a place the UFC has wanted to go. And Dana has said, yeah, we would love to go to South Africa. And PFL's like, bet, already beat you there. Sorry, bro. I don't know. So, yeah.
It is cool. It is cool that they're having events there. That is cool. But
of course.
But I don't know.
We'll see. I'm sure we'll hear Francis' side at some point.
Yeah.
And then we can better judge.
Better judge. All right. Thank you much. And I'm not sure what people want. Were people expecting him to be on this card, or were people expecting? What did they want for Francis to be sitting cage side, going, "Yes, I'm here," or doing promos? What? I'm not sure.
I was kind of surprised he wasn't there. Yeah. I didn't.
Is he booked for a fight?
Tweet about it.
Yeah.
But I, considering one of the big reasons he signed with PFL was to do PFL Africa and be one of the faces of it for the first PFL Africa that I kind of thought he might go. But again, I didn't think it was oh my God, trouble in paradise. Francis isn't there. Yeah. But after seeing this, maybe there is a little trouble in paradise. I don't know.
Oh, there's definitely trouble in paradise in PFL. Aaron Pico is the co-main event next week. They just let him go. There's lots of trouble in PFL is a dice. PFL paradise. I was trying to make some sort of weird pun that didn't work.
PFL
But
dice.
yeah. Can't answer it for you, Sleeto. But yeah, I don't know why Don put this out there, but he did. So now it's a talking point. So I'm sure like this can't. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe
You know what?
maybe Coachman should have done this interview.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you, Sleeto. Last Stand super chat.
Is UFC 319 going to feel big on fight week? I think it feels big now. Like, I think it feels really big right now.
Let me pull that card up real quick. I like UFC 319.
It's not. I think it's a pretty solid card. I think on paper it's better than 318. Like 318 was a one fight card, and there was just like a couple of cool things sprinkled into it. But like this card is definitely better. There's a lot more meaningful fights on there. You got like Lupi and Andrade just sort of buried down there somewhere. Like it's a fight that no one's even really talking about, but that's like a meaningful fight. But I feel like, especially with Hamzat doing a media day and all the things that were said there, Dricus du Plessis is doing the media rounds right now. We're seeing a lot more of these guys building up to this fight. I think it already feels really big. And I think sort of the consistent attitude that I'm seeing around the MMA space is, yes, there's a fight card today, but the second it's over, it's 319 week. Because DDP Hamzat, I think, is like the fight most fans have been the most intrigued about this year. That's actually official and on the book. So I think it feels big already, and I think it's just only going to get bigger. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm excited about the card. I'm very happy the UFC did. I don't know if you look at our YouTube page or our Instagram page. We shot MMA Fighting shot a open workout with Hamzat at the Jackson Studios in Newport Beach, and it was almost a throwback to me in the sense that the UFC was. It was just letting the fighters just promote. I don't know, just putting the fighters out there, not having this kind of very overproduced sometimes fight week type of schedule that they usually have. A week out. Hamzat wasn't like weight cut drained, so he had a good open workout. He had a good scrum. They had Armin there. We got to interview his coaches and things like that, and it was just neat. It was really cool being so up close to Hamzat and doing a real workout. Not one of those like, I'm just going to shadow box for 15 seconds for the camera. It's like, I mean, I know he wasn't going 100% in the grappling or showing anything that, he didn't want to show, but it was just watching him roll and wrestle for a good 20 minutes with his very high level training partners, probably going at a good, I would say about 40%. And we were like, it wasn't like a big barrier. It was like I was this close. I had to scoot back a couple of times because Hamzat was like going to roll into me, and we just don't get that. We just don't get that at UFC Fight Week. So it just felt neat, really cool, just seeing it up close and having access. And go to our YouTube page after the stream and watch the open workout and just let it roll. It's really cool watching that up close. And I wish we had the opportunity to do the same thing of DDP. But but Hamzat gave us opportunity, and I got to see him strike in the cage, and just feeling Hamzat up close, and kind of almost like he's kind of this mythical creature, that is like, oh, he's real, he's just a human being, he's right there, and it actually got me way more excited for that fight, because now it's like, okay, it's happening. I know everyone's like, Hamzat pulls out of fights, but this feels like a real thing, and I'm very excited about it. As far as the whole card goes, I get the weakness of the card, but as far as the pay-per-view portion, but I think from first fight to last fight, especially the last like 10 or so fights, they're all bangers, honestly. I think there's a couple fights that are early on the card. I'm not really too sure. Some newcomers don't know too much about them. But for the last like 10 fights, all banger fights and have some sort of significant meaning. So I'm excited, and yeah, the Andrade Lupi fight. I love watching Lupi fight. I think that's just really cool. So yeah, I like the card. Chase Hooper, Hernandez, Mearshart, Tim Elliott, Asakura, yeah, Michael Venom Page. Yeah, this could be.
That's like that fight is like so. It's just Cannonier Page is just like one of those like, okay, this is the thing that's happening.
Yeah, it's just. This one of those fights.
Who knows? Page beats Cannonier, man. Going Shara Bullet, Cannonier back to back. Like, he might be like 2 wins away from fighting for the belt. Like, he's in a much better spot than he would be at 170.
Dude,
without Leon being champion. This is huge.
That is why. And like, I mean, I'm. How old is Michael Page now? He's like, he's his upper 30s, right? He's not 40 yet.
How old is Page? 37? Let me check. We cheat a little.
No, it's
38.
38. So he's got to do it now.
Yeah.
So he's got to do it now. So yeah, as far as like must win, I mean, we're gonna talk more about it next week, but yeah, must wins for Michael Venom Page. That's a big fight. Can you imagine, Mike? Can you imagine if we talk about middleweight, all this middleweight stuff, like how great middleweight is, and then all of a sudden you throw Michael Venom Page in there if he gets a big win over Cannonier? That just like might blow my mind a bit because I wasn't ready for that, you know. But hey, we could be there with one good performance, and yeah,
like every piece in a good spot if he beats Cannonier. Like he's in a really good spot.
Real good spot. And have we haven't released the Aaron Pico video yet, right?
Monday.
No, you did Monday. Okay. First of all, sneak peek, I don't know, critique or whatever, not critique, but like great interview, Mr. Heck. I'm so excited for Aaron Pico fighting. It was it's just a really good interview. Awesome. Also, so he said a lot of things. Didn't talk trash, but said what was on his mind. You know what I mean? So I think I've always appreciated Aaron for. I know sometimes he seems kind of. I know some people don't like his interviews, think he's boring, but I've always enjoyed him. So, and I think you got a lot of good answers out of him. He had a lot to say too. So,
yeah, he does. He sends a message to Bovzar and like the fan base, which I thought was like incredibly, like mature. Really good stuff.
Yeah,
like just really good stuff. And then, you know, he's come a long way. You could tell he was like media trained at like 12. Just like based on a lot of his answers. Like if you watch a Bellator press conference after he wins, shows up in a suit, answers the same thing. Like a lot of the cliche, it is what it is at the end of the days, things of that nature that you see so prevalent in the fight game. But I got out of that interview and I was just like, man, he is so much better of an interview than he was 3 years ago. Like there's still sprinkles of that, like professional, whatever I got to do to help the team win to him.
Yeah.
But at the same token, like he's saying things. Yeah. And what I appreciate about Pico, and I think this will be prevalent if somehow he loses to Leroy Murphy, we ain't going to get the patchy mix out of him. It ain't going to be, well, I took this fight on 3 weeks notice. I was supposed to fight Movsar Evloev and they switched it up on me. No, I think he'll be like, yeah, man, didn't go my way. On to the next one. You know what I mean? So
I've lost before. I'll come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Monday that's dropping. That was one of those interviews where it's just like, I woke up that day and did not expect to interview Aaron Pico, and then I ate my lunch and did not expect to interview Aaron Pico, and then like 90 minutes before I was supposed to interview Aaron Pico, I found out I was interviewing Aaron Pico, and we just hit record and shot the breeze, and yeah, good stuff.
So very excited about that fight week, and I think Leroy Murphy is actually incredibly talented. I mean, basically the same thing that Aaron said in his interview. He knows how good Lauren Murphy. Sorry, I was like, what am I? That's someone else. Lauren Murphy. Yeah, I know it's not maybe a big name co-main event, but I expect it to be really exciting.
It was the right fight. Like this is the fight that should have been made immediately.
Is it the right placement on a co-main event?
With the rest of what this card looks like, yes.
Yeah, 100%. With this card, yeah. So, yeah, cool. Thank you, Last Stand. Fahim.
I have 2 questions. First, who does UFC want or prefer to win next week? Second, do you know about Talbot and Brady signed bouts? No. I know Brady like teased some stuff. I think from what he said, he was like waiting on the other side to confirm based on like the social media posts I saw. Maybe I'll reach out and try to get some answers. Peyton, I have no idea. So I know nothing, but we'll start with the first question because we can actually like base some things off of it, and maybe I'll fire off a couple of texts and see what's going on. But Who does the UFC want or prefer to win next week at UFC 319? Hamzat or DDP?
I think the UFC is in a great position. I think as a promoter, I think either as long as it's a good fight, I think as a promotion they win either way. Honestly, DDP, they obviously have people like DDP. This is still a big opportunity for them. If the UFC is actually serious about going to South Africa, then definitely DDP. But obviously, if Hamzat wins, yeah, that's great for their Abu Dhabi financiers. So I think I don't think they have really a preference, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's a win-win for him.
Yeah, it's one of those. But I think the fans feel that way too. We're just excited to see it happen. It's like, cool, this is happening. This is gonna be exciting. Just two freight trains hitting each other. Yeah. And so thank you, Fahim. Didn't really. I guess you kind of answered your question by saying both. Is that a cop out? I'm not sure. Super chat from WW.
PFL Africa was made for Francis, and he didn't show.
He wasn't. He's not on the card. Did he
Well,
not show for a fight?
Yeah. Just being.
I
was surprised. I can't lie. I was a little surprised he wasn't there, but we don't know why he wasn't there. So until we find out why he wasn't there.
But even not why he wasn't there, like I haven't seen like any promotion or like I haven't seen any promotion for PFL Africa, to be honest. But any promotion where like Francis like, hey, I'm Francis Ngannou, the baddest man on the planet. Make sure you watch PFL Africa. Just doing it from his webcam, like zero. So unless I missed it, I haven't seen anything. So he hasn't been involved. Like he doesn't need to be there. That's like I said, it is 2,500 miles away from where I think he lives in Africa, if he's even in Africa, right, northern Africa right now. So we don't know. Yeah, until Francis does some interviews or whatever. So I guess maybe Don Davis is getting a little desperate because the fact that he did put it out there. Oops, sorry. The fact that he did put it out there. So like he's trying to force Francis' hand because I think maybe behind the scenes, maybe it's not going too well as far as him and PFL. But name one big fighter that it is going well with for PFL. I guess outside of Dakota.
Thad Gene. Those like 1 and 2. Paul Hughes, although he's pissed he's not fighting Usman.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think he's drying his tears with hundos. Like I think he's got some big fat paychecks to take that anger down a touch. But yeah, I mean, look, I think there hasn't been like terrific PR coming out of PFL all year. Having said that, the tournaments have been pretty damn fun. Like even we talked about this like kind of half jokingly, a little tongue in cheek, but it's true. We got a fun Logan Storley fight last week. Like that never happens. And that Gene kind of tuned him up, and that helped kind of put that over a little more, that it wasn't just like a boring fight that like went to the cards. Like that almost took him out multiple times, and Logan had some moments. That 5th round was really fun. So I think they've made strides for sure. But yeah, the PR has been not spectacular. And from what I hear, they're doing some other things behind the scenes to kind of boost up some other things along the way, which I'm completely on board with. So they are trying this year. They are definitely trying this year. They're trying harder. I can tell you that for a fact.
PFL they're trying, but this is the fight game. They need rivalries. That Gene seems to be really good, a very exciting fighter. They need a rivalry. Dakota Ditcheva is freaking amazing. I think I have no issue I have no problem for anyone putting her in the top 5, top 3 at flyweight right now. I think she's that good, but she needs a rival. She needs some sort of she needs an enemy, So without that, I think to me that's their biggest issue with their stars. And Francis too. They have no rival for Francis. They have stars, but no rivals. And yeah, this is you need a story. But don't know why you didn't show WW. RS40. A lot of super chats coming in today. Thank you.
By the
guys.
way, I'm told nothing
Yes, sir.
on the books for Peyton Talbot as of yet.
Nothing. Bummer. So Peyton's coming off who's coming off the win over? Who was it? Who did he just beat?
Who did he just beat?
Felipe
Lima. Felipe Lima.
Yeah. And he looked good. Yeah. He lost to Harney Barcelos, who's is incredibly
good.
Very good. Incredibly underrated. So but yeah, exciting fighter. RS40.
How do you feel about Chimaev saying he doesn't care about winning the title, only making money? Is that a concern? Is Fluffy being unfairly treated?
Right.
How's I mean, look, Chimaev is he's probably not lying, but I kind of feel like he's saying everything that most fighters are thinking, but actually says it. You know what I mean? Because that's
exactly
fighter. Like there are certain fighters out there who like look at winning the belt as like, and I'm sure Chimaev in his own way feels like winning the belt would be a great accomplishment to add to his resume. But I remember interviewing Abe Kawa a long time ago, manager extraordinaire, and he said something that I'll never forget. Fighters go to win the belt, one, to have it on their mantle, but more importantly, that's when you start making real money. Winning the belt is the beginning. Defending the belt over and over again, that's how you get rich in this sport, or at least like comparatively in professional sports, that's how the money is made. That's why you saw Izzy and Volk defend their titles so many times, so consistently, because like you're making way more money as champion in title defenses, headlining pay-per-views. Like you're just in a better spot. So yeah, it all kind of goes hand in hand. If he wins the belt and then defends the belt, he's going to be the main event of that pay-per-view. He will get pay-per-view points and all the champion intangibles that come with that. So yeah, I think he's just saying what most people are thinking that fight in the sport. The second question I'm a little intrigued by is Fluffy being unfairly treated.
By fighting the Apex, or what do you mean? I'm not sure.
Getting Roman Dolidze, I guess, maybe?
This is what, Fluffy's second main event? Correct? Did he fight?
Yes. He thumped up Michel Pereira. He beat that ass.
Was that a main event? I can't remember.
It was. Yeah.
Okay.
He's at the Apex main event.
Apex, yeah. So I mean, yeah, unfairly treated in the sense that it seems like Dolidze and Fluffy are like just the Apex main eventers now. I think it's Dolidze's third main event at the Apex, Fluffy's second. I'm not sure.
Fluffy, and here's the thing with Fluffy. I think he can be, I don't know if he can be like a superstar, but like dude he's a fun fighter and he's actually a very fun interview. He just says a lot of shit. He talks a lot. He is a big swearer, big cusser. Editing up and writing up an Anthony Fluffy Hernandez interview is a challenge within itself because you have to sort of like not censor, but you have to clean up some of the language, and like literally every other sentence, it's an F, it's a fucker or a motherfucker, like literally every sentence. So I think there's something to him. The problem is just like not enough people like know who he is. So I think if he goes out there, just dusts Dolidze tonight, goes out there and finishes him. If he does the Roman Dolidze what he did to Michel Pereira, I think that buzz comes back. The unfortunate thing is I think the Brendan Allen fight kind of had some people fall off the wagon a little bit because most people expected Hernandez to just run his ass over, and he didn't, and he won a competitive fight. But Brendan Allen's like a good fighter. Like he's a top 10 middleweight at worst. So like, and even Hernandez said like he was banged up in that fight. He had rib injury, but at that point he was just like, F it, I have to do it. I beat this guy once before in LFA. Like if I'm going to fight anybody injured, I'm going to fight this guy because I know I can still beat him injured. And he went out and did it. So I think tonight's very important for both guys, really, not just Fluffy.
Who needs it more?
Oh, Dolidze for sure.
I would agree. Yeah, just checking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely Dolidze.
yeah. Dolidze is such a overachiever right now. I think, which is good.
I like him too. Like I like
No, yeah.
interviewing him was like an eye opener for me because I haven't talked to Roman in God, it's been a long time, but it was like a fascinating like look into his mind right now of like where he's at in this division and what he hopes to accomplish. And I think he's a little out of his mind thinking that if he wins this fight, he's in a number one contender fight next. But
You got to put it out there. What's he
Yeah.
gonna say? Hey, if I win this fight, then I'll fight another fight. It's like he didn't say to me like he didn't say he didn't go too far, but
Yeah.
he's putting it out there. So I have no issue with that. You know what I mean?
Fluffy's just like, yeah, man, I'll fight every single guy ranked in front of me one by one till I get to the belt. Like I'll get there. And if I have to beat him all, and Roman's like, if I beat this guy, like I'm one fight away from fighting for the belt. And I don't know if that's true, but
I mean,
we'll see. If he goes out there and dusts him tonight, that'll be big.
Oh yeah, if he can
Like if he 49-46 is Anthony Hernandez tonight, like that would be so impressive to me.
I wonder what the line, maybe, I don't know if there'll be a line for this, a 5th round stoppage by Roman Dolidze.
Oh, let's check it out.
Because that would be like one of the most, just out of nowhere type of finishes to me. If he actually is the guy that wins the later rounds and finishes Fluffy late. So I definitely think you can finish Fluffy. If you want to finish him, it's got to be very early in the fight, first round and a half.
Let me check. Let's see. Where can I find this line? Okay,
but back to the while you look for that, back to the first part about Chimaev. So when we did our interview of Chimaev last week at his gym he's training at, he did mention money like 5 or 6 times. And all I took away from that, he was just being honest, because a lot of fighters, they kind of BS about the money, or they don't talk about it, and they say how important it is. But if you're around fighters enough when the cameras aren't on, like these guys have bills to pay. These guys know they have bills. I remember interviewing one of the Mayweathers for the Conor fight, one of his uncles or whatever. And I remember it was with Ariel, and Ariel asked him, does this fight hurt Floyd's legacy? And the guy in the Mayweather, I forget which one it was, but he said, it's like, what are you talking about? Legacy don't pay bills. Legacy don't pay the mortgage. You just look at it like, that's stupid. You're just stupid, man, asking a question like that. What does Legacy pay for? Legacy don't pay for shit. Like that. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, because
do you care to guess what the line is? And just to lay it out there, Roman Dolidze round 1 is plus 1,200. So what do you think Roman Dolidze round 5 is?
Plus 1,200. Let's go 4,500 plus 45.
Close. 35 plus 3,500.
35.
Roman Dolidze by decision is plus 1,000. Fluffy by decision plus 180. Fluffy finishing in round 5 is plus 900. That's a better line than Roman finishing round 1. Just to show you. Hernandez round 1 plus 650. So a lot more faith on the Hernandez side to get a stoppage here.
Oh, sorry. In the comments, thank you, Harmon. It was Jeff Mayweather. Thank you, man. You guys have better memories than me. I appreciate that. Jeff Mayweather. Yeah, and that. No, I've shot 1,000 interviews, and for some reason that one always stuck out because the way Jeff looked at Ariel, it's just like, are you crazy, man? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why is Floyd taking this easy fight for millions and millions and millions of dollars?
Yeah, he wasn't lying.
We're at
the desk. We've not started the fight. Chris Weidman at the desk.
All right, let's get to the super chats.
Yes,
oh my god!
Keep going.
Oh, a 1999 US dollars super chat from the Korean murderer.
Any underdogs that you like tonight?
Angela Hill.
I have one bet. I have one bet on the card. I have a bet on Angela Hill. That's it. And where did I get her at? Because I was searching for that. Plus 138. I got Angela Hill at. So that's the only bet I have on the card. I think Dolidze should be. I think Fluffy's going to win. I think Fluffy probably finishes him. I think eventually we get to a world where he just gets fluffied and the pace just like goes bananas. But I think Roman can find success early in this fight. So I do think there's a little value on Roman at plus 270. I think this fight's a little closer than the odds might suggest. Feely's kind of an interesting one because he is not undefeated against Christian Rodriguez because C-Rod has that gimmick. He just beats undefeated fighters.
There will be some upsets on this card. There are too many crazy lines on this card. I expect at least 2 big upsets, betting wise.
Like I'm just trying to find.
I just don't. Could Priscilla Cachoeira, could she do it?
Maybe. I mean, she hits like a truck, so it's possible. But I think Jocelyn Edwards is just bigger and stronger and probably like overall better than her. But Cachoeira has a ton of like finishing power. So that could be like perhaps something weird that happens. I think everything's lined pretty well.
It's lined pretty well, but I could also, but it's not, I don't think it's out of the realm for like Eric Anders to win tonight. Things like that. It's like the lines make sense, but also I don't. But if any of the underdogs win tonight, I'm not going to be like shocked. Maybe Osborne. Would you be shocked if Osborne wins tonight?
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised.
Actually, of all the underdogs, actually O'Day Osborne coming in short notice, fighting Steve Erceg, who desperately needs a win tonight. I don't think this is like his walking papers if he loses tonight. I think he gets one more shot. Because his 3 losses have all been against guys literally in the top 5, top 3. So I now losing to O'Day, I'm pretty sure O'Day's unranked, or maybe he's like bored. Yeah,
he's unranked.
Yeah, so losing that'll be first loss to an unranked fighter. So I think once you start losing to guys outside of the top 10, then your losses really start mattering. If that makes sense. So I don't think it's must win for Erceg, but in terms of us thinking of Erceg has like, you know, a top contender, he has to win tonight. Yeah. Otherwise, it looked like he just had a good run, and I don't know. He was the Cody Garbrandt of Flyweight. He just had a hot streak.
He got rushed in, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve Erceg is the perfect example of what today's MMA is. If you're in a division that is not like full of stars, then availability is your best friend. And Steve Erceg is like the perfect example. Knocks out Matt Schnell and then gets a title shot. Crazy. Less than a year in the UFC. Bilal Muhammad was on like a 12-fight win streak for years and couldn't get a title shot. Steve Erceg's in the promotion 11 months and got a title shot.
He's like, hey guys, he's like, this is a hard guy. So what's the big deal? Why are you guys fighting so much? You just win a couple of fights, you get a title shot. What's the big deal? Thank you, Korean Murder. Oh my God, that buys you. What does that get you? What does $19.99 get you at Dunkin'?
I mean, that's like 4. It's like 4 medium iced coffees right there, my man.
My man.
We're about to get a fight. I got the backstage shadow boxing split screen between Eric McConico and Cody Brundage. If there was a heavyweight fight, we would be watching that with all of you. So, what bonuses, Kate? Oh no, we got more super chats. Will Lucinda regret age shaming Angela Hill?
17 years, the elder Angela Hill.
I love that. She's old enough to be my. She's old enough to be my mom. Is the quote.
my teenage mom, but I get it. Yeah, that's the sport. Yeah, I love Angela Hill's like how they're booking. I love that I think she's definitely the oldest female fighter in the UFC. So the oldest female fighter in the UFC, fighting one of the youngest fighters, especially ranked fighters, and she's fighting. And Angela Hill is fighting someone above in the rankings. Dude, if Angela wins tonight, that is wild. Like that means she's pretty much one win away, I think, from legitimately getting a title shot. If she can win tonight, then her next fight obviously will be against a top contender, but the top contender. But man, Angela Hill, her I don't know, this late career resurgence. So if she can win tonight, I'm picking her to win. But Lucinda is also very good, very young. So we'll see.
We shall see. You got any more?
Yeah, a couple more.
Does C-Rod get a ranked fight next with the win? No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Thank you, Ben. 2 more. This is kind of a odd question, but all right.
What if Chimaev pulls out? Then
That would be disappointing.
it's not a pay-per-view anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll still sell it as a pay-per-view, but it won't be pay-per-view worthy.
Yeah.
It's tough scenes. Aaron Pico, Laurel Murphy is the new main event. You're gonna have to pay DDP like a floppity jillion to fight Kyle Bahalio instead. So
oh yeah, there actually is a backup fighter. Yeah.
Yep, I was a backup fighter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, probably would be Kevin. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he'll fight Braulio, but that's not guaranteed too. Like, cause like you said, the contracts have to be renegotiated. DDP can go, no. But
I'm DDP. I'm like, no, I'm not fighting this dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I appreciate that. That's going back to that kind of question earlier. Someone asked about Chimaev seems to be concerned about the money, not the belt. No, DDP is concerned about the money. That's that's why they won't. He's not like, well, as long as I fight for the belt, it's like, no, these are adults with bills to pay. So so if Chimaev pulls out, Kyle's in, and the UFC's accountants will be pulling their hair.
Yeah.
But, and our last super chat before we get to our picks.
Boys, out of all the divisions, what ranking would you give flyweight in terms of getting you excited? Also, Paca F. Empora. Right now, flyweight? Lightweight?
Men's flyweight, I guess. Yeah, talking about men's flyweight.
Yeah, so lightweight. Why is Nina drama on my television screen right now? What is happening? Dana White has great seats. Oh, it's a promo for Canelo versus Crawford. It's the giveaway. So definitely lightweight. Featherweight and bantamweight are like right there. Middleweight, I'll say number 5. I love flyweight. And I think in like 3 years, I think flyweight might be like 2 or 3. It's just a great division.
I love flyweight a lot right now because doesn't seem to be the perfect matchup for Pantoja right now. So right now it's not that exciting in terms of matchups, but the overall roster is just incredible, and it's going to get better. It's getting better too. But so flyweight is kind of probably on the back end. Like middleweight is not a great division, but it's super exciting right now. That makes sense.
Division.
Yeah,
it's such a money division.
Yeah, I guess it's not the best talent, but for some reason they're all fighting each other, and like all the stars are aligning right now, where all the top guys are fighting each other in a relative short amount of close amount of time. So middleweight is right now much higher than flyweight, but
sure.
it ebbs and flows. It ebbs and flows. But I'll grant it, lightweight is always 1 or 2. It's up there. It's always exciting. I get that. All right.
Anything else? All right. Do we want to bonus predictions?
Bonus predictions. I'm staying positive. I'm going Angela Hill with a performance bonus. Who else I got? Fight of the night. We'll go to. What will fight of the night go to? I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna because he just had a baby. So I'm going Andre Fili and Christian Rodriguez for fight of the night. And the other performance bonus will go to Anthony Hernandez.
I think it's going to be a 4 bonus card.
Oh.
I'll go with Medic.
Go
Smith.
Medic.
I'll go Fluffy as well. And I'll go Vincenzo Stevie Urseg for the 4th bonus.
Oh, even though he's okay. Let's see.
I think he gets KO tonight.
Oh, okay. I almost took him out of the running because short notice guys a big favorite. Sometimes they don't give those performance bonuses, but if it's a big knockout's a big knockout. So we'll see.
Yeah, O'Day is a great get or get got kind of.
This is true. So. This is true. You're right. I forgot about that.
All right. So let's go. Let's pull up the main card here. And there we go. We start with the middleweights, Casey. How about that? Christian Leroy Duncan, the -500 favorite, takes on Eric, ya boy Anders, who comes back at +385. Anders' career winding down. I think he has 2 fights left on his deal, and I think he's going to be done after that unless the UFC pays him lots and lots of money, which they probably won't. Casey, who wins?
I'm going Duncan, KO, round 2.
I think we're going to be reminded why the middleweight title was born in this fight, I think. CLD by very middleweighty decision here. He's just going to go out there and try to win. And Anders is a pretty durable cat. So, yeah, give me Duncan by decision in a fight that we probably won't talk about too much on the post-fight show.
I mean, you're probably right. Yeah.
I hope you're right. Someone gets nuked early because that's a tough one to start the main card on potentially. Yeah. We go to the bantamweight division. John Matsumoto, big favorite. My Slack's going crazy. Actually, he's not a huge favorite. -250. I actually thought he was a bigger favorite than that. I'm sorry. Come back on Miles Johns +205. I am not one of those people who thought Matsumoto was robbed against Rob Font. I thought Rob Font beat him 29-28. Competitive fight. I think John showed he's a solid guy, someone to keep an eye on. Miles Johns is a tough out. I think Miles gives him a competitive fight, but in the end, I think Matsumoto gets it done by decision.
Going Matsumoto, solid 30-27 decision.
We go to the featherweight division. Christian Rodriguez, also -250 favorite to come back on Andre Fili +205. You're saying fight of the night, Casey, but who wins said fight of the night?
I'm going Christian Rodriguez for a decision, but it'll be a very exciting fight. Andre Fili will be very game tonight.
You just never know what you're going to get with Andre Fili. You just never know.
Yeah.
He's a tough out, but yeah, I got Rodriguez by decision as well, but I think he might struggle more than people think here, but I think he gets it done. We go to the strawweight division. Yasmin Lucindo, the smallest favorite on the entire card, -164. The comeback on the 40-year-old Angela Hill, +138. We are taking a trip to Splitty City. There's no doubt in my mind. And Angela Hill gets the right end of the split nod, +138. That's the only bet I have on this entire card.
Hill and Lucindo will split the first 2 rounds, and then Angela Hill will get her second submission of her career and finish her in the 3rd round and get that $50K bonus. We'll see.
Love it. Co-main event, Steve Urseg, big favorite, -590. The comeback on Odi Osbourne, +440. I'll just get out of the way. I think Vinny Siggs knocks him out in the first round.
Oh, I'm going Vinny Siggs, dominant decision.
Fair enough. And then we go to the main event. Big one in the middleweight division. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, sizable favorite, -335. The comeback on Roman Dolidze, +270. Casey, who wins and how does it get done?
Fighting Fluffy in the small apex cage is incredibly advantageous for Mr. Hernandez. So I believe after a competitive first 2 rounds, Fluffy will do his Fluffy things and he will dominate the championship rounds, and he will finish Dolidze in the 5th round by, I don't know, ground and pound against the cage. One of those little just keep hitting you, stop the fight.
Yeah, I'm looking at it the same way. I think I'll say round 4.
Round 4.
Hernandez.
Kind of same thing.
Ground and pound TKO. Just it's a nightmare fighting this guy. I think like you just said, and I'm with you. I think Roman does hang in there for a couple rounds, but eventually Fluffy's going to start fluffying. And once that happens, could get real rough in there for Roman Dolidze.
Right.
But Roman seems to be a very, a popular underdog pick this week. So we'll see. It'll be a massive win for Roman Dolidze. You could hit the music as Cody Brundage.
Real quick, one quick super chat we got.
Could we get a live old timey intro to On the Nose?
What is that?
For the new show? Over there? No.
I'm not sure.
I think that's what we're thinking.
Okay.
I think that's what we're thinking. No. I've given them at least 2 terrific theme songs over the years. And then I've like voiced over like many other things for them. I think I've done enough. If we're being honest here. But shout out to all of them. All good in the hood, but no, I'm not gonna give them another cool intro. They're well equipped over there. I'll say that. So thank y'all very much. Hope you guys enjoyed the Fisticuffs. We'll be back when it's all said and done, probably around 10 o'clock tonight Eastern time. We'll react to UFC Vegas 109, and then we can fast forward to Windy City, UFC 319, PvP versus Kamsa Chimaev. So for Casey, I am Mike Tech. We'll see you later on. Enjoy, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.